What's going on, YouTubers? It's the Natural Born Driller, and welcome everyone to WWE SmackDown and 205 Live Review, the show from March 19th, 2019. So let's start out with this WWE SmackDown Live Review, the show from March 19th, 2019. They were in Indianapolis, Indiana. You have Tom Phillips, Byron Saxton, and Corey Graves as your commentators. So the show kicked off with The Miz coming out in a nice suit. The Miz is going to address this whole thing, what happened with Shane McMahon, where it pertains to what happened at WWE Fastlane. So Miz was kind of promo. First of all, he said, take a look at the Tapatron first. Basically showing some video package of the whole thing with The Miz and Shane McMahon, or the whole thing with Shane McMahon turning on The Miz and all that. And then The Miz says, over 10 years, he was focused on one road, and that road was to WrestleMania. And he said, "But at what cost?" He was taking advantage. He's taking advantage. Let me say this again. He was taking advantages to and taking shortcuts to get there. Sorry about that, folks. I had to get the door. So back what I was saying. After saying that he took advantage of people and took shortcuts to get to WrestleMania, he said aside of his wife and daughter, he sacrificed every relationship he's been in business, and what means to him basically. And basically saying his friendship meant everything to Shane McMahon. Talking about how it was all to prove to one person, and that was to the Miz's dad, George Mizanin. And with his dad still in his ring, and for the first time he heard his dad say he loved him and was proud of him to the Miz, basically. Shane made this happen. Shane McMahon told him that one day that one of his dreams was to be a tag team champion, and the Miz helped him out with it. And then Miz said to people, has warned the Miz about Shane McMahon, about don't believe him, don't trust him, and Miz was wrong. And I'm saying to myself, wait a minute, so people were telling the Miz don't trust Shane McMahon? I think it should be the other way around. Where people based on the Miz's track record. Storyline wise, look at the Miz's track record. Look what he did to John Morrison. Look what he did to R-Truth. Who else could I put in that category? I can't think of who else to put in that category. The point is, Miz has to portray his tag team partners before. And it should have been the other way around, basically. In fact, if it was the Miz was the one turning heel, this whole thing with Shane McMahon being the heel wouldn't happen. So in a way, it kind of made no sense there, the way that was said there. But yeah, okay, we'll go with Shane McMahon then, because Shane McMahon was the one who turned heel, so whatever. But that's basically what Miz said there. Certain people were telling the Miz that don't trust Shane McMahon and all that, and he was wrong on that. And it led to Shane McMahon attacking the Miz, and then the Miz talked about how he also went after his 68-year-old father, George Mizanin, and so what kind of person would do that? And Miz was very passionate in his promo too, by the way, saying Shane McMahon put his hands on his father. That's what you don't do. And now he said that saying that that Shane McMahon's gonna regret for the rest of his life. He said Shane McMahon is disgusting. He's rotten to the core, just like his father is. So basically that now he's on talking trash about Vince McMahon now. and saying that he was born the best in the world, and they said he's a McMahon. He was born the worst. And the Miz saying that they may have owned the company, but they don't own the Miz. And he doing this in there which I think it was scripted to him to be in there or whatever. Based on what happened later on SmackDown. And they basically Miz saying that they don't own the Miz, and they especially don't own Kofi. And they got Kofi chants going on. We'll get to Kofi Kingston later. But yeah, Miz kept going on. About he's gonna take care of Sharon McMahon at WrestleMania basically. So he's gonna give him the ass whipping from the Miz at WrestleMania. To basically telling Sharon McMahon that. And Sharon McMahon, and by the way, Sharon McMahon was not on the show, because I think he knew that that the Miz was going to be on the show, but someone else ended up being on the show too. And I'm thinking to myself, why didn't this man come out there to say something to the Miz? Because the Miz mentioned Sharon the Miz mentioned Vince McMahon meant to say. Well, he most likely talk about Shane, because that's what he's in the throne with, this whole feud to WrestleMania. So I don't understand why this man didn't come out there, to talk, say don't talk to me like that and all that, like we did with the New Day last week. But I guess not. I guess Vince McMahon's gonna have Shane McMahon take care of that work, of the dirty work basically. So, but yeah, I thought it was good though. Miz clear a passionate promo, better than Seth Rollins, I would say that. At least Miz has some passionate promos to build up for his WrestleMania match, unlike Seth Rollins is. Just saying. We get a non-title match. The WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Bayley and Sasha Banks shows up versus the Iconics, Peyton Royce and Billie Kay. So when Sasha Banks' music hit it, I thought for one night, basically for one night a week, that was good. For those who watch on TV. However you watch SmackDown, that we're gonna finally get some freedom of not hearing "it's boss time," because Michael Cole always says it's boss time whenever Sasha Banks comes out. Unfortunately, this wasn't the case, because Byron Saxton decided to be corny, to be a goofball, to be a nerd, and also be a troll too, by saying, in honor of Michael Cole, whatever, it's boss time. And like, oh my god! And I think at the time I was like to myself, oh my god, what's worse than hearing Michael Cole saying it's boss time, and apparently it's Byron Saxton saying it's boss time. That's what's worse. And then when Billy came out, I was thinking to myself, oh no, don't have Byron Saxton act like a child again. A grown man acting like a child, saying, the wacky favorite Billy buddies and whatever. Luckily, he didn't do that. So I'm like, thank God. Maybe he forgot that he once at one point he's a few times before he said that on Raw, because he needs to be on commentary for Raw, which I don't understand why. He's fucking trash. But the Icons they cleared a promo saying that they finally arrived on SmackDown, and to be honest with you, I had no idea what else they said. I drew a blank of what they said at this point, folks. But they said that they're the best women's tag team in the women's tag team division, and it is iconic. Yeah. So yeah, I had no idea what was it said on folks, because I just want to get to this match already. And on top of that, I also can we just get to the Gauntlet match already next Thursday? So we get to this match. Match was not anything special. And then Lacey Evans shows up. She does her walkway. And then she walks back. And the match continues on. After this commercial break. I'm not doing any counting for commercial breaks this time, folks. Not this time. But they came back from a commercial break, and the Icons got a cheat win So yeah, the Icons won. They beat the champions. Not a fan of that at all. But yeah, the Icons won. Okay. So then we get to Caleb Braxton interviewing Rey Mysterio Jr. And Rey Mysterio Jr. said he's excited for WrestleMania, and he calls someone in to his to join along with him for this interview, and it was Dominic. We got the return of Dominic on SmackDown. Yeah, I remember Dominic, right? Back in 2005 with the whole storyline with Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio Jr. of Eddie's bedtime story and the whole Rey Mysterio Jr.'s family secret that he shared with Eddie Guerrero because he trusts Eddie Guerrero and everything, and then Eddie Guerrero revealed that Dominic is really Eddie Guerrero's son, not really, but it's storyline basically, folks. And then that's what the whole thing where I'm your papi, I'm your daddy, orale happened. And then also what pertains to Dominic being on SmackDown one point when Rey Mysterio Jr. had his wife Angie and his daughter Aaliyah at one point, and I believe that was back in 2000 and basically 2010. It was basically that year, because I remember 2009 was when CM Punk was ends up being a heel. So yeah, and basically the reason I mentioned CM Punk is because in 2010 that's when they had their feud at WrestleMania, and their feud continued on after WrestleMania 2, and with the whole thing where Mysterio was had his family out there because it was Aaliyah's birthday, and CM Punk comes out there with the Straight Society, which is Luke Gallows and Serena, and CM Punk was being a creep, saying happy birthday to Mysterio's daughter and everything, and Dominic was there too, by the way, and Dominic wanted to punch CM Punk in the face just by seeing the look of his face at the time back in 2010. But yeah, Dominic made his return to SmackDown, and folks, if you see Dominic he's tall. Not that tall, but he is taller though. He didn't get it from his father. I'll tell you that. And it's not like on Rey Mysterio Jr. and especially it's not like on his wife Angie as well. But yeah, Dominic was there. And you got it was, and by the way, on what pertains to Dominic as well, Dominic is going to be a wrestler too. He's doing training, and last time I seen him, not WWE aside, last time I seen him in a promotion was in Lucha Underground, which Rey Mysterio Jr. was involved in as well. So, and he took some bumps, he took some shots from and it basically did some segments on the show that he was being a part of, and his wife was there as well. I think his daughter was there too as well. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they had Dominic involved in WWE right now because Rey Mysterio just mentioned that he pinned Samoa Joe last week in a tag team match, and Samoa Joe is the United States champion. So that being said, Rey Mysterio Jr. decides to challenge Samoa Joe for the United States Championship at WrestleMania, and all I can say is thank God. Anyone but Cena. Because people are saying, oh, Cena versus Samoa Joe, WrestleMania for the United States Championship. I'm like, no. And thank God we're not getting that. Just thank God. Now, that being said, am I okay with this? Is this WrestleMania quality between Mysterio and Joe? No. I would prefer Mysterio versus Liger. WWE could try to call in Jushin Thunder Liger, because Jushin Thunder Liger is going to be on his own retirement tour. That's going to end next year in the Tokyo Dome, which is, I'm assuming it's going to be at Wrestle Kingdom, based in New Japan, but still. But the least the WWE could do is to call in Jushin Thunder Liger, like they did at one point when Rigo called in Jushin Thunder Liger back in 2015 for the Takeover Brooklyn show, which obviously NXT, but still under the promotion of WWE. But WWE they didn't think this through at all. And the thing about and also too, Mysterio versus Jushin Thunder Liger was supposed to happen last year. Not WWE though, but in New Japan. But Mysterio unfortunately got hurt. He had a bicep injury, something like that. which yeah, that Cole Noble and had someone else wrestle just don't like her. And I think it was Marty Scurll from the Elite. Or at one point, I remember Bullet Club. But the villain, Marty Scurll. But WWE could have just done something with that, but they didn't do it. They didn't think do it because they're not that creative. But Dominic got his chance to talk. He said that he thinks what he thinks about this, and he thinks that Samoa Joe is a bully. So that's what storyline we're going with here. Samoa Joe's a bully. Mysterio's gonna stop the bully, and Dominic is gonna watch his dad beat the bully. that's the build up we got for WrestleMania right now, for Mysterio and Joe. Okay, and Dominic is probably gonna get choked out at WrestleMania by Samoa Joe, or maybe before WrestleMania. We'll see. But yeah, but I thought it was good. I thought it was a good interview though. I thought it was nice. It was also good to see Dominic too, by the way. So, and I'm pretty sure Eddie Guerrero was enjoying it upstairs too. He's like, "I'm still your papi, ballale." I'm just kidding. And then we get Kevin Owens with this new and improved new edition of the Kevin Owens show, which the initials was just KO show. Kevin Owens had a necktie, and basically he said good thing it wasn't a strap on, something like that basically. And basically the Kevin Owens show features. Sorry about that, folks. As I was saying, so Kevin Owens was doing the KO show, and he had two special guests, Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. And basically, Kevin Owens mentioned something about Kofi Kingston, about this whole, I don't know. For some reason he just mentioned Kofi Kingston, and basically it's Kofi Mania instead of KO Mania. And that's another thing. What's Kevin Owens going to do at WrestleMania? Because every year Kevin Owens comes up with these new creative T-shirts for KO for WrestleMania, where it pertains to him being KO and the whole KO Mania thing, this whole KO Mania thing. What's he gonna do for this year's WrestleMania, which is gonna be his KO Mania 4 for WrestleMania 35? So there's no word of what he's gonna do for WrestleMania this year. He probably will be in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. There you go. And he probably will not win it too. But he mentions Kofi Kingston, they'll keep the momentum going to face Dan Bryan for the W Championship title at WrestleMania. Basically, giving Kofi Kingston praise and his blessing to win the Gauntlet match. But we'll get to that later. Oh man, I can't wait to talk about that. I cannot wait to talk about that. But anyways, he brings out Becky Lynch, the man, and then he brings out Charlotte Flair, the queen. And I was like to say to myself, maybe I should take my earbuds off. But at the same time, I was like, you know what? Let me hear this. Hopefully, Charlotte Flair doesn't talk. She kind of did, but we'll get to that. We got some loud Becky chants, by the way. Kevin Owens saying to welcome to the Kevin Owens show, and talk about the friendships that Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch had, and now they're former best friends. And Kevin Owens is basically was just stirring things up between Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair, where it pertains to the whole WWE Raw Women's Championship title match that Ronda Rousey is the champion for WrestleMania, where Ronda at one point said to the company, making a handicap match, both Charlotte and Becky to face Ronda, which that's not gonna happen anyways, folks. But and Owens basically Owens is stirring things up out between the two. And then both women is again though, because Kevin Owens was like what are you both gonna do to each other here and all that, right? And then Charlotte Flair said she will beat the living hell, she will beat the holy hell out of Becky. And then Kevin was like, before you answer Becky Lynch, basically before you answer Becky, he leaves the ring. He ends up being on the apron and say, okay, now you can talk. What you gonna say? So Becky was gonna say something, but then decides to to hold the microphone to Charlotte Flair, and then start fighting. And Kevin Owens hightails out of it. We get referees coming out. We get securities coming out. Charlotte Flair and Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch fights off the securities and a couple of referees, and they continue on fighting until they cut to the back. Maybe cut to the back to Kayla Braxton interviewing the phenomenal one, AJ Styles, and basically AJ Styles said that he asked about his match against Randy Orton for WrestleMania, saying that he thinks that Orton has advantages, and basically what pertains to the status in WWE, and saying that Randy Orton is a third generation superstar. He's 6'5". He never said Orton was good. I mean, he never said that Orton wasn't good. He said that he's great. He said that the difference between Orton and himself is that the first round draft pick was AJ Styles, and says at WrestleMania Orton will be standing across from AJ Styles, and didn't have and won't be having the advantage that he had, basically what pertains to Randy Orton having factions and all that. And said that Orton said that SmackDown wasn't built by AJ Styles, but it isn't going to WrestleMania to build. He's going to tear the house down because he is the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. And that was it. And then in the end the interview, he says, "Oh, by the way, good luck to Kofi Kingston." So, that being said, I guess we could get to it off. I forgot about this. Before we got to the Gauntlet match, we got to WWE Champion Daniel Bryan with Rowan. Daniel Bryan says that it is an injustice that Kofi Kingston is being in this Gauntlet match. It is an injustice that Kofi Kingston does not deserve this opportunity. Daniel Bryan saying that the deck is stacked against Kofi Kingston, and saying that that he knows was what if he's going up against the Authority. Yes. Since 2010, all the way to now. Basically, folks, it's always been that way for Daniel Bryan for years because of his size, because of his lifestyle, and because his personality, where WWE says that he has no personality, and he has no passion, he has no heart, he's a loser and all that. Basically, run him down because he's a guy like Daniel Bryan will never make it to a monopoly company like the WWE. Daniel Bryan was in that shoe at one point, but not anymore. Because Daniel Bryan has now turned into the dark side, because Daniel Bryan mentioned that Kofi Kingston he shouldn't be in this match anyways, because Kofi Kingston this whole thing will never happen to Kofi Kingston if Kofi Kingston will never have been chosen to be the replacement for Mustafa Ali for the Elimination Chamber match that Mustafa Ali was supposed to be in, but unfortunately he got hurt, from his eye, from other injuries, and then from his concussion. So Kofi Kingston ends up being the guy to replace him for that Gauntlet match that they did from the Go Home show for Elimination Chamber, and then the whole thing with Kofi Kingston doing it at Elimination Chamber. This whole thing will never happen to Kofi Kingston if Mustafa Ali will never have been replaced, and it's a fact. it is all facts. But he was handpicked out of the tag team division to get an opportunity that he never earned. That's Daniel Bryan saying that, by the way. And then he, and because of the Gauntlet match and the Elimination Chamber match he was in, Kofi Kingston fought his heart out, but it wasn't good enough because he still lost. And that Kofi Kingston earned nothing, because Kofi Kingston, unlike Daniel Bryan, he is nothing more than a B+ player. Referencing back in 2013, where the authorities were saying to Daniel Bryan that you're not good enough to be WWE champion because they're saying you're good, but you're not that damn good. You're not an A plus player. You're just a B plus player. And all I could think of when Daniel Bryan saying that is, oh my god, this is and basically saying that that a B plus player is not good enough. And all I could think of when Daniel Bryan was saying that, because Daniel Bryan was always going against the authority, always going up against the machine, basically going up against the dark side. And all I could think about is that, Daniel Bryan, how could you? You were the chosen one. You were supposed to be fighting with the families, with the fans, against the authority, against the machine, against the dark side, not join them. Star Wars reference, by the way, folks. But anyways, so Daniel Bryan kept going on, and then also the New Day comes out to interrupt. Daniel Bryan also and Roman is a believer in the ring. And then Kofi Kingston has it head to it on his own. And also we get to the Gauntlet match. Now we can finally get to this match. We can finally get to the moment of truth here, folks. I cannot wait to talk about this. So, Kofi Kingston, man. Remember that Jamaican storyline he had? Kofi Kingston, man. SOS. Sorry, folks. Let me put this back. I messed up there. Okay. You know, say maybe put it back a little bit further. Okay, a little bit more. All right, and okay, there we go. Also, maybe bring this up a little bit. Okay. All right, now let's get to this. So, Kofi Kingston in his Gauntlet match against Sheamus, Cesaro, Rowan, Samoa Joe, and Randy Orton. I give you the wrestlers all in order who Kofi Kingston has to go through. So Kofi Kingston versus Sheamus, and Kofi Kingston beats Sheamus in about, I believe, 13 minutes. And I thought Kofi Kingston, he had a great performance against Sheamus in this match. And about while this is all going on, all of a sudden we see we see a camera backstage, a monitor being watched by the New Day, eating pancakes. Okay. And also we see the Usos showing up during Sheamus, the match with Sheamus, eating pancakes with the New Day. Okay. And then after when Sheamus lost, also we go backstage and we see the Hardys with Usos and the New Day. Okay. I guess they're doing this whole thing where they're gonna have superstars that supporting Kofi Kingston backstage to, they say, "Let's go, Kofi! Like, you can do it, Kofi." So we get Cesaro versus Kofi Kingston. And this match, I believe it lasted about 10 minutes. And Kofi Kingston goes over. He beat Kofi Kingston beat Sheamus with the Trouble in Paradise, basically. And then we get to the whole thing with Kofi Kingston beating Cesaro with the SOS. SOS. And then we get Rowan. And the match lasted about 3 minutes because Rowan decided to get himself disqualified by attacking Kofi Kingston with a steel chair from the outside, causing a DQ. And then he takes Kofi Kingston and rams him into the ring post. And then he puts him through a broadcast table. And all of a sudden we get Samoa Joe coming out. And I see myself, oh no. Oh my freaking God. But before we get to that, all of a sudden we got more backstage watching for example, I'm bringing him up right now. Mustafa Ali Otis and Tucker, Heavy Machinery. EC3. EC3 was literally backstage. I'm like, why the fuck does he care about Kofi Kingston? Okay. Carmella and R-Truth. Nikki Cross. Yes, Nikki Cross from Sandy. Where's Sandy? Okay. Ricochet. And I don't know who else was there. I thought I would see Aleister Black too as well, but there was no Aleister Black. Unfortunately, there was no Aleister Black this week on Raw or SmackDown. But yeah, you got those guys. You got them backstage watching on. In support of Kofi Kingston. So Samoa Joe versus Kofi Kingston happens. I think it lasted about, I believe 15 minutes. I think I could be wrong, but I think it's either 13 to 15 minutes and all that. Samoa Joe was teasing the Muscle Buster. His finishing move, and I see myself, he's going for a Muscle Buster, and then all of a sudden, oh wait a minute, now I see. Kofi Kingston reverses it, and he rolls up Samoa Joe. 1, 2, 3, and like, oh my freaking god, you fucking kidding me? A fresh Samoa Joe once again loses to a beaten down, winded out Kofi Kingston. I'm like, oh my fucking god, I knew this was gonna happen. But, whatever. Because, later on in the night, I ended up feeling better just a little bit. I'm still upset that Samoa Joe lost, but still, I'm not gonna lose my shit for that. So, Samoa Joe was so in shock, he puts Kofi Kingston in the Coquilla clutch. And you see everyone backstage watching on. That for those I already mentioned, that I mentioned already. The New Day, Usos, Hardys, EC3, Ali, Nikki, Carmella, R-Truth, Heavy Machinery. Did I mention EC3? If I didn't, I apologize, but I'm mentioning right now. Ricochet. They're all watching on because they can't go out there anyway. So, Samoa Joe finally lets go. Because we have security's coming out and agents coming out. Randy Orton comes out, and Randy. And during this whole thing with Kofi Kingston and Randy Orton, Randy Orton at one point got Kofi Kingston and said that he got on by the timekeeper's area and holding on to Kofi's head. He's like telling the fans that Kofi's not the guy. And then he goes to Kofi's right like this, and he says stupid. From 2009, basically 10 years ago, the whole thing with Kofi Kingston messed up on the ending of the match between Orton and Cena, where Orton was saying fuck, and he's pissed off and all that. He gets an RKO, which was a nasty RKO, and he goes stupid. So 9 years later, Kofi Kingston is being told by Randy Orton, stupid. Storytelling here, folks. Storytelling. Oh my god. So. And then somewhere before they went to commercial break, all of a sudden, Tom Phillips said, Big E has been in this match for 41 minutes. I thought it was Kofi Kingston. And then Corey Graves had to correct him. So props to Corey Graves for that. Corey Graves was always the guy to correct people, except for that one time from whatever. But anyways, yeah. So Corey Graves has to be the savior of this carrying this broadcast because Tom Phillips decided to say Big E. No, he said Kofi Kingston has been in this for 41 minutes. And then commercial break. And then we come back from commercial break. And then Tom Phillips decided to get Kofi Kingston's name right. Big E. Yeah, Kofi Kingston has been in the match for now 45 minutes or something like that. Yeah, Kofi Kingston has been in the match for that long, folks. Don't call it a match. So Orton and Kofi's going at it. And finally, Orton's going for the RKO. Only for Kofi to counter and rolls up Randy Orton. 1, 2, 3. And your winner of the Gauntlet match, Kofi Kingston. And he's going to WrestleMania. And then you got Big E coming, Big E and Xavier Woods, New Day coming out to celebrate with Kofi Kingston. Yeah, you see the crowd. You see the crowd's loving it. They're ecstatic. They're like, all right, Kofi Kingston's going to WrestleMania. He's going to face Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship. You got the superstars that were watching on backstage. You know, we saw them again, and they were celebrating. They were happy for Kofi Kingston. They're like, yay, he's going to WrestleMania. Kofi Kingston, we believe in you. It's going to be Kofi Mania, WrestleMania. He's going to face Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship. The fans were excited in Indianapolis, Indiana. The New Day's hoisting up Kofi Kingston on their shoulders and everything. And then Vince McMahon came out. Oh, and Byron Saxton was also being a cheerleader too. Cheering on Kofi Kingston winning. And then Vince McMahon comes out. He congrats Kofi Kingston. You're going to WrestleMania. You're going to WrestleMania as long as you can defeat one more person. And holy, I like Vince screwed Kofi. Vince screwed Kofi. And then he tells the New Day to get their black asses out of there. No, he didn't say that. He basically told them to get out. And then his final opponent he has to beat was the WWE champion Daniel Bryan. By the way, I need to mention this, folks. When Daniel Bryan came out before the Gauntlet match started, Daniel Bryan was in his wrestling gear. I didn't think of it at first. I said to myself, why is he in his wrestling gear? He's not wrestling tonight. And then this hits me. And I didn't think Daniel Bryan was going to be wrestling on that night. I did not think that Vince McMahon was going to pull a swerve too, by the way. Yeah, and this ends up being a swerve, folks. At the end of the match, this ends up being a swerve to the fans that were happy that Kofi Kingston won. This was a very good swerve. So props to Vince McMahon for that. If Vince McMahon came up with that idea, then I'll give him credit that he is a genius. But he's still out of touch though. But oh my God! So Daniel Bryan comes out, because he was wearing his wrestling gear, and I said to myself, "Wow, I did not see that coming. I seriously did not see that coming. That was a nice swerve there." So Kofi Kingston has to go through Daniel Bryan now, and I said to myself, "Are they gonna have Daniel Bryan lose to Kofi Kingston here?" And well, that's not what happened, folks. Because this is what happened. So Kofi Kingston at one point was doing the SOS on Daniel Bryan. He kicked out of it. Kofi Kingston was I'll just say this: Kofi Kingston, he had a great performance in the Gauntlet match. He was outstanding, stupendous. I'll say that. So Daniel Bryan was getting the better of Kofi Kingston here, and Kofi Kingston was at this point he was exhausted. He was tired. He was beaten up. He was beaten down. He's taking a lot of punishment from a Sheamus, from a Cesaro, from a Rowan, especially from adding insult to injuries after Rowan got disqualified, from a Samoa Joe, from Randy Orton, and now to Daniel Bryan, a fresh Daniel Bryan who is the WWE champion. So Daniel Bryan was sent up for the running knee, and as Daniel Bryan is getting ready to do the running knee, he's doing this. Yes. Even though the yes movement is dead, but he's doing this. Yes, trolling the living hell out of these fans. and I thought the fans were going to be was going to be sheeps. There's going to be puppets. There's going to be doing the sing along, doing the yes. No, they were actually going no. And when I saw Dan Bryan doing this, yes, leading the yes chant, hoping that he was going to lead the yes chant, but now I see what he was doing there. He was trolling the fans because Kofi Kingston was getting screwed here. He got screwed by Vince McMahon. At the last minute. Vince McMahon swerved us. Vince McMahon screwed Kofi. So Dan Bryan's doing this. Yes. As the crowd's going, no. The entire crowd doing that. And Dan Bryan goes for the running knee. He nails it. He gets the 3 count in the win. And the crowd died. The crowd died after that. Byron Saxton was upset. Holy fucking shit. This was great. This was awesome. Oh my God. That was a nice swerve. People were upset. Even people on Twitter were all upset about this. Which is great. Because this means you want Kofi, this W is doing this swerve that you want more of this. You want Kofi Kingston to be at WrestleMania to face Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship. This is WWE's way to for the fans to act to rage against the machines. They make you want it more. Basically, like Batista, give me what I want. Give me what I want. Oh man, I was dying laughing after that. It was a swerve. Vince McMahon swerved everyone. Vince McMahon screwed Kofi Kingston. Daniel Bryan beat Kofi Kingston and killing his dreams of going to WrestleMania. Kofi Kingston is still good at his shop, folks. I just love the fact that people were upset about this. That Kofi Kingston's not getting his opportunity. This is the exact same thing that they did with Daniel Bryan back in 2014. And also a little bit in 2013 as well. But most likely for 2014. Where it pertains to Daniel Bryan's road to WrestleMania. And for him to be the guy, to be the WWE champion. So Kofi Kingston is in that same category that Daniel Bryan was in. Like Daniel Bryan said before, in his promo. Before the Gauntlet match started. So yeah. This was a great swerve. And I loved it. Vince screwed Kofi. And Vince McMahon probably going to say that that Vince McMahon didn't screw Kofi Kingston. Kofi screwed Kofi. Basically, I guarantee Vince McMahon's going to do a promo next week on SmackDown. Vince McMahon didn't screw Kofi Kingston. Dan Bryan didn't screw Kofi Kingston. Kofi screwed Kofi. Oh man. And I'm thinking to myself, folks, why is Vince McMahon doing this to Kofi Kingston? Why is he doing this to Kofi Kingston? Is it because he's black? Because we all know, and in this history, there's never been a black WWE champion. Some say The Rock. The Rock is half black and half Samoan, so he doesn't count. I guess in a way he does count, but at the same time, he's mixed. He's not fully black. We never had a full black WWE champion. Not an Ahmed Johnson. Not a Tony Atlas. Not a Rocky Johnson. Not a Ron Simmons, Farouk. Not a Shelton Benjamin. Not Ezekiel Jackson, thank God. I think that one point they were thinking about putting the belt on him at one point. Yeah, if they built him up right, but they didn't. Not an MVP. Not even a Bobby Lashley. And I thought it was gonna be at one point it was gonna be Kofi Kingston back in 2009, and then it was obviously it was gonna lead to 2010, but it never happened because Randy Orton of his bullshit. And I heard about something of that Chris Jericho said something about Kofi Kingston on a plane with Vince McMahon about Vince McMahon is like one day you'll get over with these fans or you'll be a champion in this company whatever, and then Kofi Kingston laughing off like funny. And Jericho's like encouraging Kofi Kingston, you need to stand up for yourself, man. And then Kofi's like, you're right, and get back in the plane. It's like saying to Vince, you got a problem with me, Vince? And like Vince is like, I don't know, do I have a problem with you? It was something like that. And then Vince is like, ha ha ha, like that's what I want to see on you, like I don't know. And Vince McMahon is weird though. He's weird when it pertains to doing stuff like that. But I'm wondering why Vince McMahon is doing this with Kofi Kingston right now, as of right now, after all these years. Maybe because it could be because of that, but I don't know. But yeah, there you go. That was SmackDown. Yeah. But yeah, there you go. So tomorrow I'm wrestling for SmackDown from March 19, 2019. The Gauntlet match. And basically the Gauntlet match was one match. Basically, 3 matches basically. The tag team match for the women's, the Gauntlet match that Kofi Kingston had, and then the one match that Kofi Kingston has to win. Basically the whole if you can beat the champion, then you get to challenge the champion at WrestleMania. That whole thing basically, which is so stupid. But thank God they didn't do that, by the way, with Kofi Kingston beating Daniel Bryan, because it was a swerve segment that they did there. Awesome. But yeah, 3 matches basically for SmackDown. And my overall showing for the show, hey, I'll tell you one thing: better build up for WrestleMania on SmackDown than Raw did, except for one thing: Asuka. She wasn't even on the show, but they didn't announce on the show. This could be a fatal 4-way match. To face Asuka next at WrestleMania, and the fatal 4 match is gonna happen next week. I don't remember who it was. I think it was Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, Carmella, and Naomi. Okay. But yeah, but my overall strength for the show, I'm gonna go 5. In fact, I'm gonna go 7 out of 10, just because of that swerve, and the whole thing when the fans were deflated, and they all died when Kofi Kingston lost. Their hopes and dreams that Kofi Kingston was going to WrestleMania died along with Kofi Kingston's dream of going to WrestleMania. So I'm going 7 out of 10 for that one. So that being said, thank you all for watching this SmackDown live review from March 19, 2019. And now let's get to WWE 205 live review. The show from March 19, 2019. Same place, except we have different commentators. Nigel McGuinness and Vic Joseph, and Aiden English in Indianapolis, Indiana. So we get Maria Kanellis and Mike, basically Mike and Maria Kanellis coming out, and Maria Kanellis cuts a promo saying, "Welcome to 205 Live." She's introduced the greatest wrestler, and saying that, basically she's insulting the fans, and so about how, she's handled this whole disrespect from the fans and from Drake Madrick. And we're retained to this top cruiserweight that Mike Kanellis is going to wrestle against, and it ends up being Akira Tozawa. Akira Tozawa ends up coming out, basically interrupting, Maria Kanellis. So we get the match between Mike Kanellis being accompanied by Maria Kanellis versus Akira Tozawa. And basically Mike Kanellis wins. And I say to myself, about time, but except for one thing. The only reason why he won is because Maria Kanellis got involved. Nothing to say about that. So then we get Caleb Braxton interviewing Cedric Alexander. Cedric Alexander said he feels confident, and he feels like he's beaten Tony Nese before. And then Buddy Murphy and Tony Nese walks in, basically having an exchange back and forth. And then the whole thing where Buddy Murphy says that Cedric is playing mind games and everything, saying it could be me or it could be Tony, facing you, Buddy Murphy and all that. And then basically trying to stir things up between Buddy Murphy and Tony Nese. And then it ends by Tony saying, Buddy Murphy saying, you're not buying into what he's saying, right? It's like, no, not really. But hey, and then he said to Buddy Murphy that, it's like you said, Buddy Murphy, I could be champion one day. And he does this to him, and then and Buddy Murphy's like, I thought that was oh man, that was something, wasn't it? But yeah, so we get to the finals of this North Contendership Cruiserweight title shot, basically, for WrestleMania pre-show. So the match itself between Tony Nese versus Cedric Alexander, great match, stupendous match, back and forth between the two. These guys were hell bent to go to WrestleMania pre-show. And they were killing it in this match, folks. There were a lot of counters at the counters, high flyings at the high flying, a lot of flippity flips and all that. At one point, Cedric Alexander went for the lumbar check, and Tony Nese kicked out of it. Cedric was in shock, and the crowds were into the match, by the way. Buddy Murphy tried to go. Not Buddy Murphy. Cedric Alexander tried to go for it again. Only for Tony Nese to the counter, and then they kept going at each other, and then Tony Nese gets the better of him, gets him a stiff knee, not really, but yeah, just saying, driving into the corner, in the seated position, and then Tony Nese goes into the ropes, goes for the Rain Nese, and gets a 3 count in the win, and your winner and new number 1 contender winning this number 1 contendership tournament to face the WWE Cruiserweight Champion at WrestleMania pre-show. The premier athlete, Tony Nese. And I thought to myself, yes.
Yes. That's who I wanted to win, by the way, folks. That's who I wanted to win. Tony Nese wins the match. Finally, he gets it. He gets what he deserves. Unfortunately, it's gonna be on the pre-show. They didn't say it yet, but you know it's gonna be on the pre-show, folks. WWE has never respected the cruiserweights. Has never respected the cruiserweights. So after the match, Cedric Alexander shakes the hand of Tony Nese. Tony Nese shakes hand and they hug, and that was it. And then Buddy Murphy comes out. Buddy Murphy also congratulates Tony Nese, only to betray him. And there you go. So Tony Nese is now a babyface, and Buddy Murphy is the great heel. So there you go, folks. So it's not gonna be a friendly competition because now Buddy Murphy has broken the bond of himself and Tony Nese. And there you go, folks. That was 205 Live. Total Wrestling obviously was 2 matches. And my overall training for the show for WWE 205 Live from March 19, 2019, I'm gonna go 6 out of 10. And that being said, I'm done. Thank you all for watching. This was your WWE SmackDown and 205 Live review. And that being said, it's the Natural Born Thriller saying peace on the streets. And by the way, before I go to 205 Live also did a better job of their WrestleMania build-up than when that Raw did. Just saying. And now I can say, take care.